Hello everyone, my name is Amanjeet Kaur. Today I'm going to present my professional experience during my placement, and this presentation is based on the Australian Professional Standards for Teachers, which is also called APST. These standards help teachers understand how to teach properly and improve their skills. In this presentation, I will show different examples from my placement, like lesson plans, observations, and activities. And I will also explain how these examples show my teaching skills. And I will also talk about what I learn and what I want to improve in future. So the first one is standard one. So standard one is about understanding students and how they learn. And during my placement, I observe children very carefully and I try to understand their interest, strengths, and how they learn. And I notice that every child is different. Some learn fast and some they need some help and also take some time. And for my first evidence, I used the observation records as I show in the picture. These help me to understand each child in a better way. So for my second evidence, I planned activities like sensory play and storytelling, and these activities helped all children to participate in the activities, even those who learn differently. This shows that I understand that students learn in a different ways. And in future, I want to improve my observation skills and create more professional activities for each children. The next one is standard 2. Standard 2 is about knowing the content and how to teach. And the focus area is 2.1, that is the content and the teaching strategies. So I used the EYLF framework to plan my lessons. And this helped me make sure my teaching was correct and useful for the children. And for my first evidence, I created a lesson plan that linked to EYLF outcomes. And these plans support children's development in a meaningful way. For my second evidence, I used play based learning strategies like music, storytelling, and hands on activities. I noticed that children enjoy learning more when it is about fun, and they were more active and interested in these games. And this helped me understand that teaching is not just about the content, and it is about how we teach to them. And in my future, I want to use more creative ideas and also include digital tools to enhance the engagement and support children's learning experiences. So the next one is standard 3. So standard 3 is about planning and teaching effectively, and the focus area is 3.2, that is plan, structured and sequence learning programs. So before teaching, I prepared lesson plans with clear steps and materials. So this helped me to stay organized. And for my first evidence, I made structured lesson plans according to the daily routines as I mentioned in the picture, and simple steps by step procedures that shows my ability to organize teaching in an effective way. So for my second evidence for the standard 3, I used group activities and creative tasks, and these helped students to participate more and helps to achieve learning objectives through the interactive teaching. So I learned that the planning is very important, but sometimes we need to change our plan based on the situation. And in my future, I will try to be more flexible and adjust my teaching according to the students. And I will also adapt the lessons based on students' needs and feedback to enhance learning outcomes. So the next one is standard 4. So standard 4 is about creating a safe and supporting learning environment, and the focus area is 4.1, that is support students participation. So I made classroom rules so students know what behavior is expected, and this helped me managing the class. So for my first evidence, I created a behavior guidance plans to create a respectful and supportive learning environment, and it also encouraged the positive behavior, respect and cooperation among students. So for my second evidence, I did the risk assessments by taking the signatures on the consent form to make sure that activities are safe. So these helps me to identify possible risks before starting any activity and take steps to prevent them. And this helped students to feel comfortable and safe in the classroom. I learned that safety and respect are very important for the learning. So, in my future, I will improve my behavior management skills and focus more on the inclusion. So, the next one is Standard 5. So, Standard 5 is about assessment and feedback, and the focus area is 5.1, that is, assess students' learning. So I used observations and checklists to see how students are learning. So for my first evidence, I used the assessment records to show my ability to monitor students' progress in a clear and meaningful way. So for my second evidence, I gave feedback to students, both verbal and written, to demonstrate my ability to support students' learning. And this helped students to understand their mistakes and improve. And I learned that assessment is not only for the marks but to help students learn better. So in future, I will use more assessment methods and improve my feedback. So the next one is Standard 6. So Standard 6 is about professional learning and focus area is 6.2, that is engage in professional learning and improve practice. So during my placement, I attended training sessions and learned new teaching methods. And for my first evidence, I have professional learning certificates which show my commitment to improving my teaching skills and knowledge. So for my second evidence, I wrote reflection journals and also got feedback from my mentor. This helped me to understand my mistakes and improve. And feedback from the mentor teacher also guided me to make changes and develop better teaching strategies. And I learned that teachers should always keep learning at all time. And in my future, I will continue learning and improving my skills and ensure continuous growth as a teacher. So the next one is Standard 7, and Standard 7 is about engaging with parents and colleagues, and the focus area is 7.3, that is engage with parents. So I communicated with parents and shared children's progress. So for my first evidence, I used the newsletters and updates as I show it in the next slide. And these communications provided useful information about children's progress, learning experiences, and daily activities. And it also helped to build a strong connections and relationships and supports children's overall development. So this was the newsletter that I used as evidence 1. And the next one is evidence 2, that is worked with the mentor teacher. It shows my ability to work professionally with colleagues in a supportive way, which further helped me to plan the lessons more effectively. And this helped me to understand teamwork and communication is very important. So in future, I will improve my communication skills and build strong relationships in order to improve the students' learning and overall development. So the last one is conclusion. So to conclude, this placement was very helpful for me as I learned many important skills like planning, teaching, communication, and assessment. And I also linked all these to the EYLF. And I also learned that how to create a safe and supportive environment by using the behavior guidance and risk assessments for the children. And I also became more confident in teaching. And these experiences helped me to understand real classroom situations. And I know that I still have to improve myself, but I feel more ready to become a teacher. So this is the reference list. Thank you so much for watching.